Good morning.
Good morning, pretty girl.
I was thinking that I'd probably better not need anything from Walmart today.
Right. I mean, my goodness. You were in 4 of them yesterday. I mean, let's be real.
Yeah, exactly. Just the paper.
Yeah, but it's a beautiful morning for a unicycle ride.
That's true. It is definitely a nice morning out here.
I wouldn't say perfect, but it's close enough.
Yeah, it feels nice.
Yeah.
Good morning, big man on campus. You ready for some breakfast? Let's go. So today's the day where we move the stuff on the wall to the top shelf up there so Dawn can service it better. This was working okay, but when we were having cable modem failures like once a day for 2 or 3 weeks, it's better now. Dawn was having to get in here and do stuff more often than was convenient. And so we're going to take another pass at reorging the electronics. And Dawn came up with the brilliant idea of putting this piece of wood here to brace the shower curtain rod, because I have 3 times more stuff up there right now than, you know, it's capable of holding on its own. And I was able to take everything out he needed me to move and put it all right here and out of his way and nice and neat and not wrinkled and not falling off hangers. And so it's a win-win. So I'm going through everything that was on the top shelf of the closet in there. And this, of course, is my mother's old jewelry box with a lot of 60s and 70s vintage costume jewelry in it. My father's watch. Some real memories in here, like my mother's school ring is one of these rings up here. It's just some really nice costume stuff, and I like leaving it just the way it is. So those of you that are old like me will know who Dirk Benedict is from Battlestar Galactica, the original, not the Sci-Fi Channel. And I did meet him one time, and I do have this book that he wrote. This is his autobiography. I have an autographed copy. I met him in person. By the way, he hated Battlestar Galactica, as so many people get typecast as one certain character, but a lot of us young girls, we had a crush on him, so I think he should embrace it. He tried. The items in this box I'm looking at now are from my grandmother, and amongst other things that she did in her lifetime, she was a first aid responder on an ambulance. I guess back before people had anything but common sense and reading and self-education. But yeah, she used to ride on the ambulance. She drove it. She helped tend to people. This says a 15-year pin, that top one. Yeah, my grandfather, my grandmother, my uncle, and 2 of my first cousins were all involved with the New Jersey State Police. Well, not my grandmother, but my grandfather, my uncle, and 2 of his children. So my grandmother being a first responder, it fit right in with the rest of the family. So during World War II, my grandmother worked on aircraft at a General Motors plant in New Jersey, in Trenton. She was not quite 5 feet. She was a very short but very formidable woman. And the story she told me is she used to test the guns. So she would have to climb into the cockpit and get down in there with the controls and in that small space and help test the guns on the planes. Now, I really cannot tell you what plane it was. That's something I've been trying to figure out for a few years. I have a picture of the plane somewhere in the box, but it wasn't labeled what it was, and I really need to figure that out. This was in with my grandmother's things too. It says Dispatch Head Pin Guttenberg Rec 1938. Let me flip it over. It almost looks like, don't be offended, bowling pins to me. I just really don't know what this is. So if any of you guys know, let me know. It was in with my grandmother's things. I so wish she was here to talk to today. This is the box it's in, but you know with old things, you never know if it's actually in the box. It says Jose E. Monero and Company Incorporated, 80 Nassau Street, New York City, 150 Gray Street, Jersey City, New Jersey. Obviously, in this case, it would have come from the Jersey City, New Jersey location, most likely. It may just be a little closet shelf for electronics, but you know, Don, that's the top of it. The part actually people won't see.
That's right.
And then he had this already painted white wood from that stash of wood I picked up off the side of the road a couple years ago. So we're ready to go.
We could spray her down a little bit with a little cleaning thing in a
rag.
Clean it up.
Some of you will remember that I was missing some of the boys' school pictures, and I've hit pay dirt here with this box that was on the shelf in the closet. All the missing photos are in this box. Every time Don and I walk by, Mittens is reaching out to say hello, looking all cutesy. I know she'll be happy when Johnny comes home. She's really Johnny's cat. She hangs with him most of the time and tolerates the rest of us. Hey, pretty girl. So I have this little problem. You know, I had the school year, 12 years of pictures, frames, out here for the longest time trying to find the school pictures. They were laying up on top of this table that we use when we do Zoom sessions. And I can't find them. So I put them in a really safe spot where they won't get damaged, and they're waiting for me to find them, so now I can put the rest of the photos in them. I'll be thinking about that in the background while I'm doing other stuff. You know how it is. You put stuff in a safe spot, and then you can't find it. It's too safe. Well, here's the fountain I got at Guardian Angel yesterday. It's pretty. It certainly makes more noise than you would want it to make in the house. And yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. And I can also see outside, that's as low as that fountain pump pumps. I can also see where it could splash out a little bit, making you have to fill it. But it's pretty, and I like it, and I'm glad I got it, and I still think it was a good price. So Don did decide to add a short shelf, a small shelf, above the shelf that's already there. So that's what that whiteboard was with the contact paper. And then what's this?
A fan. So this is going to be a partition on that shelf. There'll be equipment on this side and equipment on this side, and of course shelf. So to kind of keep the air moving, because I am worried about heat.
And it is a closet.
And it is a closet. So this is a fan, a muffin fan, runs off of AC. Just plug it in. I put a cord on it, and so I plug this into a power strip. It just be on all the time. It doesn't draw much. It draws like how many watts? 11 watts.
And I assume it's pretty quiet.
Oh yeah, very
cool. There's a sign that Don's labeling. So Don's got the shelf pushed up right now versus laying down.
Right, I don't want to fasten it because, you know, if I have to do serious work, being able to tip the shelf up. I cut these, I measured everything, and I cut these, that's how high I figured how high to make these things.
The supports for the shelf.
So that I could tip the shelf up.
Gotcha.
Although I could have allowed a little bit more when I put the J channel on there. That kind of made it stick up about another.
Just a smidge.
A smidge, but nonetheless, it's still
workable.
Workable.
I think I just heard Johnny.
Okay.
Any time for you.
That was actually...
I'm sorry that you're having to labor on Labor Day.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we took off Saturday and Sunday. We could have worked Sunday and took off today. It doesn't really. It's the same number of days for the same two people. So, and I'm doing all this little stuff around here. Tux has been keeping me company. He walked around while I was out here with the water hose, and then he climbed back up into his spot.
Yep. Well, we got lucky on those two cables, and we're really easy.
Yeah, we just got more slack for the coax, and Don pushed the TV antenna cable up from down underneath. I set up the new fountain here for now. I told Don we've got 50 days until first frost. So how much time do I really want to spend futzing with it? I probably would like it over by the bench next year somewhere, although the cats do run with abandon playing in the morning, so sometimes that might not be the best. I'm gonna hang this butterfly flag up. I bought this new flagpole yesterday. I have so many mini flags at such a good price at Guardian Angel. I needed another flag holder. It says live, love, laugh. I figured until I decorate for Halloween, that would be good because I'm gonna need to switch all of them out. You know, I have several around the yard, and that may not stay there either, but that's easy to move. And just one other little thing, I put this pot of dirt down here behind this Asiatic jasmine plant, and a couple of the runners are in the dirt, and I'm really hopeful they'll root in the dirt, and then in the spring I'll cut it and I'll plant it in the ground somewhere. I kept thinking about it and I found it. So 1st, 2nd, and 7th were missing. I should be able to fix that now, no problem. Hey, buddy. Hey, Gray. It's 6:30. I'm headed to spin the Pokestop. If I don't go now, I'm not going to make it. I think Don can do without me. He says he can for about 15 minutes. Thank you, Ruby. I missed you, girl. It's been a few days. Oh, it feels good to sit down in my car. I'm betting there were folks here enjoying the park earlier today, but there's just one other car behind me to my right. And the rest of the park is really quiet this evening. Like I said, it's right at 6:30. I just wanted to say that Kyle had called us today. He wanted to check and see how Don's trip went and just kind of get caught up with him. And he also was in the middle of dealing with, thinking about, tweeting about an Electrify America outage on the southeast corridor I-95 today that essentially caused some folks trying to get home from their holiday weekend to have to super slow charge when they weren't expecting it because they couldn't charge on the Electrify America network. So Kyle's going to have all the scoop over on Inside EVs and maybe something on out of spec motoring too. Plus, I think if you follow him on social media, he's had a few things to say today. So you might want to check out that interesting story and see what that was all about. So give me the scoop.
I didn't make the kind of progress I had hoped. HDMI cable problem too short. Didn't think about the infrared receiver, and it's, you know, it can either point down here or point up there. So that was a little faux pas on my part. I'm going to chill right now. I've got the cable modem up, which is the thing I always have to reset. So I can now easily reset the cable modem. That's it right there. I wanted to move a couple, 4 or 5 other things up on that shelf. So, but I, like I said, I ran into some problems. I wanted to be able to monkey with the antenna over-the-air DVR, which is the infrared thing I'm having an issue with. I have to decide because I need the infrared receiver transmitter for the DVR, the Blu-ray player, and a couple other things. So it's kind of I'm sort of, you know. So what I want to do is get the DVR over-the-air antenna DVR, the antenna amplifier, the antenna distribution box moved up here, and to do that, I've got to have a longer HDMI cable. Oh, the USB cable. Oh, forgot. I need a longer USB cable with a Type B end for the scanner. The scanner plugs into the little box here, which is the Windows computer, and the cable is just long enough. And I want to move the Windows computer up here also.
So we're going to end up leaving some stuff on the wall and
apparently,
just move what makes sense and that you need better access to up higher.
Right.
And so you're going to order a couple of things, and then maybe the next time Johnny's away, we'll take another pass at it.
We'll start on a Saturday morning because it's probably going to take a couple days. You know, it's the typical Donnie project.
Okay. We're having almond butter ice cream again, and I just got done preparing it in the Ninja blender. And we've got really nice teriyaki marinated London broil over here for dinner.